University School of Dentistry was founded on Christian principles. From the very beginning, there has been a strong commitment to what is now called service learning.
It started with faculty members and a few students who wanted to go and serve people who were obviously underserved by dental care in some poverty-type locations.
The very first trip that I see any record of was Dr. Howard Marin and Dr. Nicola, who was a community dentist right here in Redlands, took a group of 4 students to Monument Valley. And those young people served the Navajo people.
Later, faculty and students went to Mexicali, Mexico.
I think Dr. Howard Marin started taking groups out here and there in Mexico and so on. And he was a great proponent of service.
I mean, if you talk to the students who went through there early on, I mean, the Jim Crawfords and some of these others that were here in the early days, many of them went on mission trips to Mexico. So the concept of what we now term service learning has always been there.
Dr. Marin initiated the first of many trips to Chiapas, Mexico. Also, Dr. Marin took students to Mecca, California, near the Salton Sea, to attend to field workers. These early outings established a tradition that continues today. But this good work was needed in the far reaches of the world, and in 1957, a small group of doctors and students journeyed to the upper Amazon in Peru.
One of the very earliest ones of those went down to Peru in the headwaters of the Amazon River and served on the mission launch, one of the Lucero series of mission launches down there.
Faculty and students undertook these first mission trips completely on their own. For years, they used a boat as their mission base and performed many dental services. The students often felt that the services given were exceeded by the benefits they received.
It's rewarding to go with the students.
There is no doubt about the school's first principles.
I would hope that Loma Linda University School of Dentistry would forever be first and foremost a representative of God. Love is of God. God is love. So I think in our practices day by day, if we can just simply demonstrate concern and care and feeling for others, I think we're witnessing for God's love.
When we do surveys of students in their graduation and ask them what aspect of the program most affected you while you were a student here, the number one response is their involvement in service learning programs.
The students are afforded the opportunity to go to overseas dental clinics to assist and work on patients.
And I think having dental students go out and catching a vision of how they can connect with people through dentistry, and then maybe through that open door again, bring greater hope into their lives. I think that's a wonderful opportunity.
In 1963, the conference began sponsoring mission trips to Africa. Since then, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has established many missions on the African continent, reaching millions.
When our students go overseas, we do check with the latest briefings from the State Department as far as their travel advisories are concerned, because we will not take our students to a place where there are any known risk of that nature.
In 1966, the school established a permanent dental clinic in Monument Valley.
We had a beautiful clinic and 3 houses for the teacher and the students to be able to have a place to live when they went out there.
Very isolated, especially in that time. It was 2.5, 3 hours drive to the nearest reasonable size store, and we really enjoyed it out there. We had dental students coming out on a rotation basis, senior dental students, getting some real experience.
And you're therefore being of help to a group of people who need it. And that's part of our mission.
We have clinics, several in the local area and some farther out. And then some people go out overseas on short trips of a week or 2, provide service and learn about how great it is to help people that really need it, can't afford it, be a service to mankind.
having the mission focus of this place attracts many of these students, the chance to travel internationally. I mean, you look at our average student today, and they've already been someplace, typically.
All over the world, students, faculty, and missionaries continue to volunteer for service.
We have, at this point, 77 clinics worldwide, and many of them are in developing countries.
It's so easy for us to send students to areas where we have dentists that are working, and we get a lot more opportunity to go to third world countries or underserved areas because of having Adventist representatives out there. It just makes it easy for us to go there.
But charity begins at home, and President Hart negotiated space in a decommissioned Air Force base in San Bernardino. Sac Norton Dental Clinic continues to offer dental care to the underserved and AIDS victims.
In my view, opportunities like that create teachable moments, because once you step across a cultural boundary and an economic boundary, you suddenly have to look at life in a different way. And when you do that, you learn.
And Dr. Rod Turner helps provide care for patients who may otherwise not receive any.
But one of the greatest challenges and opportunities for you to demonstrate your great ability as a dentist, and even beyond that, as a Christian with love.
Faculty and students continue to help people in need in the Coachella Valley, where Dr. Ford and others contribute their time to help the kids in the area. Other local outreach programs include services like Kids Care Fair and helping the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Why would anybody want to go into mission service?
You rub shoulders with a different culture.
To see a certain glow and a joy in them that says, look what I did. I made a real difference in someone's life.
Most of the people we work on have no money or very, very little, and they can't afford the local dental care, or there's just nobody for miles and miles away. So it's just kind of finding a hole that needs to be filled and showing up there and doing it.
It's a new level of self-awareness and, what I can do. It takes away a lot of the self-doubt and the wondering about what really is my life good for.
I believe you're in school to learn more than just how to do fillings. I think part of it has to do with learning benevolence and stuff, and learning the fun of benevolence.
And just being able to see stuff that you would never see. I mean, the last trip to Russia, I got to see Red Square and go through St. Petersburg for a day, and stuff that I'd probably never see on my own. So it's a whole combination of things. You kind of get the fun to work and a little bit of the tourist thing, and it just makes it really enjoyable.
But I think the students come back sometimes, or in many ways, being the greater beneficiary of the experience.
Inasmuch as ye have done it unto the least of these, my brethren, you've done it unto me.